My motivation for this sort of work has been really my involvement with the independent living movement and my interest in disability equality. But specifically around personalisation and personal budgets, individual budgets, was sparked off when I worked with the National Centre for Independent Living, when they were involved with the individual budget pilots. And I was involved in providing information around individual budgets, going out and doing talks to disabled people about what individual budgets were, and really could see a lot of potential in how that would change lives for disabled people, having so much more control over the budgets that they were entitled to. Because disabled people have been fighting for choice and control over the sorts of support that they get for so many years, you know, this is kind of bringing it all together really for me. Non-disabled people take it for granted that they can just get up in the morning, go to work, do the things that they need to do. Disabled people don't get those same ease of access to their lives. In terms of working with local authorities, I think it's really important that disabled people are involved in this whole process. My advice to every local authority would be, if you're thinking of doing something, stop thinking, go out and find people that you can work with that actually have got personal experience of using the services, accessing the services, needing the services. Get those people on board first.
And is there any way that they know how good a broker is? Or?
Yeah, I mean, the brokers... You have to have that input to be able to understand what it is that people want, how they want it delivered, what changes need to be made. From my point of view as a consultant, the best benefit for people receiving a personal budget is that they have much more control and choice. They become much more assertive, much more empowered. They can have much more input into how they run their lives. And I think that's the most important thing for disabled people, that we get control back of our own lives. I can be much more imaginative, I can be much more flexible, and I can look at my budget and decide the best way to spend that money throughout the year, rather than looking at a week by week, you know, meeting my own personal care needs. I can look at that in a completely different way. This is not just fiddling around the edges and changing a bit of policy here and there. It's a whole service change. It's a transformation of the way that services need to be delivered and received. It's not just about working with staff and local authorities, it's also working with disabled people, because disabled people have been dictated to for so long as well. So the expectations that we have are very limited. My hopes for the future around personalisation are that disabled people actually get the types of service that they want, not the types of services that are just available. And the same access to life as non-disabled people.